Are coming on, joining us now, one of the co-signers of that letter, Montana Attorney General Austin Knudsen. Thank you so much for joining us, Attorney General. So you heard that congressman say that this is just to raise alarm, or is it this why you guys are doing this, or is it because you truly think it's a WMD because China is involved with the chemicals that create it?
This absolutely is a WMD. I think we should be talking about China, and we should be talking about the Mexican drug cartels as terrorist organizations, because we have to look at the effects here, Liz, and this is the effect that this heinous drug is having on little itty-bitty states like Montana that are a long way away from the southern border. They have absolutely flooded my state. They flooded our highways. They flooded our cities, and we're dealing with a huge fentanyl epidemic here in Montana, and we're having a really hard time dealing with it. Lots of overdoses, many deaths. So I think this absolutely should be treated as a weapon of mass destruction.
A weapon, a WMD pointed by China and Mexico at the U.S. population? Is that what you're saying?
I think the Mexican drug cartels for certain. I think there's a discussion to be had about just how complicit the Mexican government is here. We know there's certainly levels of corruption down there, and I think the question is, how far does that corruption go? But I think Senator Rubio was spot on. We have to be asking ourselves, what exactly is China's intent here? When we know the raw ingredients that the cartels are using to make this illicit fentanyl are coming largely from China. Nothing comes out of communist China without the Communist Chinese Party allowing it to happen. And so we have to ask ourselves, what is that regime trying to do to our country? And I think the answer is pretty clear. They're trying to harm us. They're trying to inflict social pain on our country, and they're trying to destabilize us.
And, so Bill Malugin has been reporting this, too. The Border Patrol at the port of entry in Nogales, Arizona, seized nearly 150,000 rainbow-colored fentanyl. It's made to look like candy. So that's happening as well. So what's your take on that?
Well, what's really interesting about the fentanyl trade right now, and I've had several briefings on this, this is the first time in probably 40 years that we've seen a drug market in America completely saturated. And I'm getting that straight from high-ups in DEA. And so what you're seeing now, you're seeing the cartels having to compete with each other. They're using colors, they're using flavoring, they're using logos, different branding, all to try to fight for market share here. Like this was children's breakfast cereal. This is insanity. And this is the level of uncontrol there is on the southern border, that there's that much of this poison coming across the southern border that they flooded the market, and they're now competing with each other.
By rainbow colored, fentanyl. And, it's now flooding into college campuses as well. That's the warnings coming out there. Attorney General Austin Knudsen, thank you.